All right, just making sure you can hear me. All right, cool. So what's been going on, man?
Nothing much. Same old. Working and getting caught up, trying to catch up on all these superheroes, TV shows we got going on, man. And all the big news and everything. And then trying to keep up with wrestling. Because wrestling seems like we back when we was in high
Yeah,
school, the way it was people switching and excitement and stuff.
it's
So,
picked back. Yeah, wrestling's definitely picked back up with CM Punk and just I like how AEW just has been crossing over with everybody. So it just keeps everything fresh. Like, all right, this is how wrestling should be. That's how it is on the indies. You can see one guy from one company show up on another company with that company's belt, and why not do it on TV to let know? It keeps everybody elevated. Because then when a guy shows up on your show, he doesn't have to start from scratch with the fans. They already know who he is, and he's
that's
already
true.
established. So I do like that. All right, before we jump into everything, man, what was your thoughts of SummerSlam? Mainly the Bianca,
Eh.
mainly the Bianca Belair.
Oh, don't get me started. That's why I like, she got Kofi, man.
That was worse. That was worse. I
She
mean,
got Kofi. No,
they could have
like
used
my homeboy said,
they, they could have used that time to
but go ahead.
Carmella. They could have just had a match. All that Carmella nonsense.
I do not want to. No, I did not want to see her and Carmella again. People would have been pissed, especially with WWE not telling fans that Sasha was not going to be there. So imagine the SummerSlam fans that was there like it's Sasha's not there, and they pissed. So
Yeah,
I mean, I get why they brought Becky out, but yo, like, come on. The only way that she won't be Kofi if she gets a rematch because Kofi never got his rematch.
yeah. So it's one of those like, why did they go through the trouble? I know they wanted to make it like WrestleMania with all these skits. When they could have cut out a bunch of stuff, they could have cut out. I love the Xavier Woods Razor Ramon tribute, but that wasn't necessary. I understand it was product placement for one of their sponsors. Uh, they could have cut out the whole, like I said, they could have all that time they took for the Carmella stuff, and that could have at least been a few minutes of the match. As much as I
Mm-hmm.
love Edge and Seth Rollins, that could have been probably about 3 or 4 minutes shorter, just to give
That was a good match.
time for the other match. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I'm not because I did like the Damian Priest, Sheamus stuff. Uh, Goldberg and Bobby wasn't as bad except for the time he almost dropped Bobby on his neck. So it was cool though. Yeah, but and then Monday, it was kind of like business as usual. There wasn't much to build on. But then you get to Wednesday, AEW. That was a decent show, other than that opening match. I didn't care for the Matt Hardy Orange Cassidy match. Even though Orange Cassidy's starting to grow on me, that match was too slow for the opening match. But
But I
I
mean,
like,
that's the CM Punk effect because he's also over. He's just kind of overshadowing everything right now. Like even maybe the main event of AEW. That's how big it is, and that's how people are happy to hear from this guy for 7 years.
oh yeah, and he did give a nod because when the guy started doing the yes chant, he says, "Hey, that's somebody else's stick. Just be a little patient." So that makes you think that Daniel Bryan's coming. And then on his shoes, he had AC for Adam Cole, or people were saying anyway. And then with the BW for
Yeah,
Bray
and then
Wyatt.
the BW.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know. I guess whatever he goes by, Bray Wyatt, he'll be a good addition wherever he goes because he's just that kind of a guy that has good ideas. But Matt Hardy's an idea guy, and he's not really. It just depends on you. Sometimes you gotta rein it in a little bit, but we'll see. Hey, it could be
I
some
don't know.
good.
I was kind of feeling the Matt Hardy family with private party at first, like
Yeah,
him being the money guy, score people like that. It was kind of funny at first.
it's like the new age $1 million man almost.
Yeah, I mean, I like how he was doing it. It was. I think he should have kept that. I feel like he's got too many people in his group. I think he should have kept the private party maybe two, maybe kept it at four. as your tag team, and then your two big cards.
Mm-hmm. But for him being that level of competitor, like at his age and how long he's been wrestling, it's a good transition to not be like the guy taking all the wrestling bumps every week. He can be the guy just talking and promoting the younger guy. So it's a good role for him. I do agree. So all right, let's go ahead and jump into it, man.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. Hey, thanks for joining us, everyone out there listening. We are the Pop Culture Peons. We like to break down everything from the world of pop culture, from Marvel, DC, from wrestling to music, whatever is the hot topics of the week. And this week we're going
to... What we feel like talking about.
Yeah, whatever comes up. This week, our main focus will be the What If Disney Plus show episode 3. And I liked it. The world. What if the world lost its mightiest heroes? Which kind of gives a play on the Marvel's mightiest heroes, or their Avengers, the mightiest heroes, through their original tag, and they even had a show based on that. So this is it takes place in what everybody calls Nick Fury's big week, where he's putting the team together. And of course, the idea started of the Avengers stemmed from his interactions with Carol Danvers, who became Captain Marvel. But the plot of the story is, in the course of a week, S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury attempts to recruit heroes for the Avengers Initiative, but they're mysteriously killed. Natasha Romanoff gives Tony Stark an injection to alleviate his hangover, but it proves to be fatal. S.H.I.E.L.D. detains Romanoff, but Fury helps her escape to find the killer. Meanwhile, Thor arrives on Earth, but when he attempts to retrieve Mjolnir, he's accidentally killed by Clint Barton of S.H.I.E.L.D. Barton is killed in custody when he was apprehended. To analyze what killed Stark, and Romanoff approaches Betty Ross to find out the nanotech was used. Fury deduces that Romanoff and Bruce Banner are the killer's remaining targets. Romanoff discovers that Banner is hiding in his classroom, but Ross's father, General Thaddeus Ross, confronts Banner, and Banner transforms to the Hulk, and then eventually Hulk ends up exploding, which I'll get back to that.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That made me think of the Ant-Man, Thor, not Thor, but Thanos thing. But and then you go when Loki arrives at Earth to avenge the killer of Thor, and Romanoff discovers that Janet Van Dyne was killed, and who was a murderer. So then they find out that Hank Pym was who in his Yellow Jacket form, which kind of goes to when he was in the comics, when he was the Yellow Jacket. He was like the abusive version of Hank Pym, and
wasn't that nice of a guy?
Yeah, but then they make the deal with the devil in a sense with Loki to basically take Hank Pym out, and now Nick Fury is left to recruit a different team of Avengers, starting with Captain America and Captain Marvel. So, what are your initial thoughts of this episode? Like, out of the 3, what was your where would you rank this? 1, 2, or 3 out of the 3 that's come out so far?
I don't know, because I wasn't expecting this episode. I feel like the first 2 already knew what the episode was going to be about, and I didn't watch a trailer or anything for episode 3. So, with me not knowing what this episode was going to be about, actually helped, made it pretty good. Made it a little more suspenseful. Because there was one time I was like, Ant-Man, but then I'm like, what does Ant-Man got to do with this? Because I think before we figured out who it was like small. I'm like, oh, that seems something like Ant-Man could do. But then I was like, I won't even think about Michael Douglas' character or Hank Pym from the,
Yeah.
And so it was, I actually liked the episode. I don't know where I put it yet. I don't know. Because if I say I put it 3rd, I feel like I'm not doing it justice, because I did like that this was more than just a character swap episode. It was actually an event happened or something totally different happened. It wasn't somebody else was got to be a different hero. This dude got pissed. Yeah. So,
no, right?
I might put it first just off of that, even though I love the other 2 episodes a little more. That makes sense. Because like I said, it felt different from the other two because it wasn't what if this character got this or what if a character, it wasn't a replacing thing. It was
it was a whole
these motherfuckers.
story.
I mean, excuse my language. Yeah, they get we knocking them out early. Who's doing it?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of like with you. Either it's gonna be my number one or number two, but either way, I'm liking the series. What I liked about this, same with you. Honestly, I thought this episode was going to be the Tony Stark Killmonger episode, so I didn't even bother.
That's the one I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, I didn't even bother like looking up what was coming up. I just assumed that was the next because based on the original trailers for this show, I was like, all right, if they're going in timeline order, this is kind of what's next. I didn't even know that this was going to be a part of it, so that was actually cool. And it did have like you can see like some of the key moments from the initial Phase 1 films. You got to see Tony Stark in the donut, which was Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
You got introduced to
Iron Man. Yep.
We got introduced to Black Widow and Nick Fury's like more versus like in credit scene. So, and he had the same line, sir, please step out of the donut or whatever. And it was actually kind of cool to see that over again.
And the guy that sounded like Tony Stark, because it wasn't Robert Downey Jr., he sounded just like him again. But apparently this guy's been voicing Tony Stark for a few other things, and he does sound like Robert Downey.
Yeah, he nailed it. So it was to the point where I wasn't even thinking about, hey, this is not the real actor. It was, and then probably the biggest shock for me, other than the reveal of the villain, was that they had Mark Ruffalo's Hulk basically go back into the Edward Norton story with Betsy Ross. Was it Betsy or Betty?
Betty.
Yes, Betsy's the flag girl. So yeah, Betty Ross is so she and you see them like, cause she hasn't appeared back. You've got to see General Ross, and with Shang-Chi coming out, you get to see Abomination again, but you don't get to see his friend, the leader. The college student, he was in Spider-Man, so they still have ties to this movie, even though they're kind of distant themselves forward from it. So that was kind of cool to see her again. I know she's voicing, is it Friday in Peter's suit? Because you got Paul Bettany who voiced Jarvis and is now Vision.
Yeah,
I think she's now the voice of either Friday or Veronica, one of those. I can't remember what was in this.
Just look that up.
Yeah,
I thought it was Friday too.
Yeah, and there was something else I was thinking about. Does War Machine have a voice in his suit, or does
he?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was like,
that's a very good question.
Like, he gave Peter a voice and all this, but War Machine was just, I guess maybe not, because he had some government enhancements as well. That's how he got the shoulder missiles and everything. And then when he was the Iron Patriot, which in the comics was Norman Osborn, but he was Hammer Tech was trying to create it. Was Tony didn't want to make any more weapons for the government, so I don't know. That's just one of those questions I thought about. I was like, man, I don't remember hearing any voice inside of his suit. But and then
that's what I'm trying to. You got me sitting here thinking, like, hold up.
Does he? Yeah. He's had a
every time he thought he was talking to Tony. Yeah, he was talking to Tony anytime he was in the suit.
Yeah, because when they show him, it's either he's getting ready to crash or he's like making a call to Tony or something, but he's not like talking to the AI of the suit. Maybe it's more intuitive for him, to where he doesn't need extra eyes and ears like Tony does, because Tony's probably like thinking about 5 other things while War Machine's doing his sole mission. But I don't know. I just thought about that. Maybe somebody who knows just can shoot us a message and fill us in, or if we find out, we will get back with it. I don't know. But it's probably somebody's probably screaming at us right now.
Yeah, that's a damn good question. I'm gonna say that on Twitter or something. Like, yo, who's the AI for War Machine?
Yeah, because it's not Jarvis. So
I wish it. I wish it was Samuel L. Jackson, like, and not Nick Fury, but no, Samuel L. Jackson.
yeah. Oh man, that would be awesome.
Oh no, no. What would be meta if it was Terrence Howard?
That would be cool. I was hoping. I was hoping.
That would be dope.
Yeah, that would be. I was wondering if they'll have like a Terrence Howard, like reprises a role as either a variant or a voice, like in animation form. So that would be neat. So he can kind of fulfill his wishes to continue on with that character. But I mean, at the time, like,
Variant.
what's that?
He could be a variant.
Yeah. And see, at the time when he left, he didn't really know that the MCU was going to be this big. He knew it was going to be big, but he didn't realize it was going to be 25 plus movies and spin-off TV shows and shorts and animation. I mean, you just look at what they built, and people were like clamoring for more. So I did think about, like, man, maybe it's a possible way. Like, who's to say Edward Norton? Well, maybe not. I think Edward Norton's probably a long shot than Terrence Howard, but who knows? Oh yeah, so
Probably so. Edward Norton definitely more of a long shot.
mhm. But who knows?
Yeah.
With the variants and time, hey, it's been almost 12 years. So yeah, he can be like, yeah, you know what? Let's rework this relationship. Let's see what we can do. If it's not even just a quick cameo, or somebody may grab him and say, hey, Banner, and then he turns around and it's the wrong guy. It's like, no, you look familiar, and then go out from there. And
That
then
would be funny. That would be funny, actually.
yeah. Now when it after Romanoff gives Tony Stark the antidote for his headache, that's when Coulson gets a call, about what's going on in New Mexico, which leads into the Thor. But I think it was on the Thor DVD where they had like the one shot where Coulson he got in this fight on the way to New Mexico, and I guess that's what happened like right before that call. Like there was a few one shot.
Yeah.
They had a Peggy Carter. They had the Mandarin where they found
One
out.
weekend.
Yeah. So there was in the Coulson one. I wish they would still do those, but I guess with all of this, it's probably a lot to ask. So
We'll probably get more in the future, but even then, like, they still had those little small one shots came into play because, like you were saying now, this episode was basically based off or kind of flip of One Bad Week because we learned, like you said, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, and the events of Thor, the first movie, all happened in 1 week.
and then at the end of that week, that's when they uncovered Captain America. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
a week for them. So when you get to New Mexico, you got the whole thing where Thor's beating the guards trying to get his hammer. And they're like, hey, let's just watch see what happens. And so Barton gets in his stance, and he's there waiting to take the shot. And he said, hold, and the shot goes off. He's like, hey, I didn't take the shot. He knew. He said, I didn't miss fire, and it just made him look like super guilty because this guy never misses any hit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, something's up. I was thinking it was Loki. I wasn't even thinking Ant-Man. I was like, man, Loki, arrives early, and he's using his magic to take him out. And so then when you get to where the Hulk, where Betty, Betty's like trying to calm him down before he hulks out, and then the Hulk just goes crazy, and then he just explodes, kind of like the gosh, what is it? What's the lady on Doom Patrol? Rita. Yeah, her body just kind of expands. That's how the Hulk was kind of doing, like he was suffocating within, and then you realize it was Hank Pym just kills him. Like he destroys his heart, which then once his heart's out, the rest of it can go. And then he's just
I kind of thought of Tetsuo a little bit from Akira. He didn't get it. the Hulk didn't get as big, but you know, I had at the end of Kiro and Tetsuo was blowing up. Or
Yeah, and it kind of gave me vibes of the Starro when the mice and the Suicide Squad was inside of him as well. But that was
yeah,
because I was like, all right, the whole they're gonna probably get him to Banner to where he can't transform or something. I didn't realize they're just gonna straight up kill him. So Hank Pym
makes you think.
not only have a plan, like he was like evil Batman. He had contingency for everybody, and the fact that
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So then you get Crossbones again. He's like detaining Natasha, which Fury lets her basically gives her the keys to get free, and heads out to the Shield place to figure out what's going on, like see who's on this kill list. And so she calls Coulson. He's like, "Hey, I need your password." And of course, his password is what, like I heart Steve. Was it 704, which is his birthday, July 4th.
Yeah, something his birthday. Yeah,
But even that just goes back to the first Avengers movie where, like, he was this big Captain America fan and he had the trading cards, and so I did think that was a cool touch. So yeah, and so she gets there and she's like, it's all about hope. I think was it in the first Avengers movie or it was Iron Man 2, something where she was talking about that she was attacked in Odessa and she was shot in the chest, and there was some other person
the
got
Winter Soldier,
yeah, man, it was in it.
Captain America 2, Winter Soldier. Yeah,
And the winter, and that's what I'm thinking. Like the Winter Soldier ended up killing
this is the one that killed.
Hope. So, which
Mm.
you take at a time, he don't realize that his wife is in the quantum realm. His daughter dies, and he already doesn't trust Shield. Of course, you would take measures for revenge, and he didn't care what happened. So that led to the whole where Fury's like, oh, when he gets a call, says it's all about hope. He's like, yep. He's saying like, where are you going? He said, I don't know, but he said either make a deal with the devil or fight the devil or something like of that nature. So he heads out and he meets the what is that thing called? This Asgardian warrior robot thing that Thor.
Destroyer. Not Destroyer. It's not Destroyer. It's something else.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about the thing that he was in Thor 1 and he just let's look that up, my man. Is it Destroyer?
That sounds
No,
right.
it's the.
Let's see if I can. But I know.
I got you right here.
I think it was called
Yeah, the Destroyer.
Destroyer. Okay, so he gets there. He just and
Yeah, he's the Destroyer.
which I was like, all right. So he gets there and he goes to Janet's or the gravesite, and Hank Pym's there. He's like ready to fight him, and you see Fury just like. I'm like, does Fury have the super soldier serum? Like in the comics, he had like a version of it, kind of like Black Widow, but in the MCU, he doesn't have it, at least to our knowledge. And he was like flipping around and teleporting, like, all right, this has got to be Loki. And then you see like he starts having that projection, which goes back to where Loki in the Loki show was talking to Sylvie about the difference of their magic and. So they're like he was casting a projection. He said, "Oh, this is a lot harder than just making duplicates." And so because they're all independent, and he took him down even when he was shrinking down and trying to get out. Loki locked in on him and wore him out, and Loki got his wish without the trouble. He took him 1 week to to get diplomacy out of everything. So that was kind of neat where he got he got his wish to be a ruler. He couldn't rule Asgard because Odin was asleep. So technically, he is a ruler because Thor's dead. So when Odin wakes up, he's like, "Hey, Thor's died. Hey, I'm the next one in line," and he didn't do it. So now the realms are going to be reunited, and Fury's like, "All right, we got to go to our plan B," which was he pulled out his pager, calls up Captain Marvel, getting ready to unthaw Steve Rogers, and I would imagine he would probably reach out to Wakanda or or whoever else is out there. I'm trying to think who else would have been out there actively because Spider-Man, he's not there yet. So
you could reach out to the twins.
Yeah, but they didn't get their powers until well, their powers wasn't unlocked until Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Their powers, but they really wasn't like fully unlocked until they got to the Mind Stone.
You use it to bring in General Ross as the Red Hulk. Say Red Hulk, he didn't want to lose the data of the Hulk, so he took DNA to replicate the serum.
And was it Iron Man? No, it was Iron Man 2. It was one of them where they wanted to recruit the Abomination or the Hulk, and he's like, and Ross was like, "No, it was a Hulk." And he was like, "No, you want Abomination?" So Abomination was originally planned to be, a part of the Avengers Initiative because Tony Stark was a consultant at first. He wasn't going to be a member.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'll consult." It's basically he's just going to like throw money at it and be the guy that pays for everything and come up with ideas, but he didn't really want to be a member. Kind of how Batman is to the Justice League. Like he's not a Justice League member, but he works for the Justice League. So
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so that was kind of like his initial role, but then when Loki came, it all changed. So he went from consultant to active member, which leads to how Steve Rogers was the leader and Stark was the financer. But yeah, that's going to be they continue on with this world in a future story. Man, that's going to be tough. I would like to see the battle with Loki and Captain Marvel, but I can't imagine even how strong she is. I can't imagine her trying to take on everybody with just Captain America, who just woken up and hasn't had the time to kind of, get reacquainted with society. So this will be interesting.
I mean, they'll make it. No, they'll make it where she could be. Look what she did to Thanos. Like basically, she saved the day of kind of in the way of Endgame. Look how powerful she was. They'll have her take out Loki so quick.
Yeah, maybe. But you got not just Loki, the Asgard.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, sure. They'll have the captains take them out so quick. It'll be just the captains.
So you got Asgard now. Then you're gonna have Surtur still gonna be out there, who basically destroyed Asgard. Hela's gonna be released. Odin's gonna wake up. It's gonna be tough. Now this happens before.
She's gonna go back there.
So the Frost Giants are still out there. And they're gonna reunite.
She's gonna melt them.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna melt them. She's gonna go get her highest power and just fly through everything, burn that bitch up. That's what Marvel will do.
Yeah, you're probably right. Make her the most powerful thing.
I'm just being real with you. Exactly.
Let her meet Rogue. Let her calm her down a little bit.
That's what I'm ready for.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's how I hope Rogue get introduced.
All right, let's go ahead and we'll wrap up the discussion on this, and we can kind of come back as things come up. Now these are just rumors. So just take this kind of like as that. It's not, don't say, hey, this is confirmed or anything, but the latest rumor is that in Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, that the villain is going to be Scarlet Witch, which is, kind of how everybody's going to, anticipate it. But she's also going to fight Fox, X-Men character. And right now, everybody's saying it's going to be
I saw that.
James McAvoy's Professor X. So I was hoping she would meet up with Magneto, but I can understand why Professor X would be the choice if you want a telepath. But I just imagine she's gonna
Hmm.
break his brain and destroy that universe, so they can kind of reboot. And it's gonna basically whoever they want to keep, they can pull over. So if they want to keep that Quicksilver, he'll get shot over to this universe. If they want to Deadpool, he'll get brought over. I can't imagine who.
I figured that's how Deadpool was going to come over anyway.
I can't imagine who else they would want to keep because I didn't really like the second Jean Grey. Um, I didn't like the
Oh,
Cyclops.
Sophie?
Yeah, I don't know. It's Jean Grey. Jean Grey is kind of like Sue Storm for me. It's like I haven't seen the person in my mind who I would think should be that person, that character. But
You didn't think Famke Janssen from the original series?
I didn't know. I didn't like Jessica Alba, and
She was too old for it? Oh, I'm talking about for Jean Grey. You didn't like Famke Janssen?
oh, yeah, she was cool, but I didn't like how they did her. Like they rushed the Phoenix Saga,
Dark. Oh, of course.
and then the stuff with her and Scott. It was just I never felt like she really cared for Cyclops. It just felt like he was just like
And
the first dude that was there for her.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, they did Cyclops dirty. And I'm a Wolverine fan, and they did Cyclops dirty.
Cyclops dirty. So I always compare Cyclops to Leonardo. Like he's the default Ninja Turtle. He's the default leader.
Yeah,
Supposed to like him, but what works for Leonardo doesn't work for Cyclops because
because he's a turtle. He don't have no love interest.
yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't work. So maybe they can get him right though. So, but I'm excited about this. I think I'm probably more excited about Doctor Strange than the Spider-Man, believe it or not. And the reason because of Spider,
Hmm.
I've heard so many rumors and oh, this is like I heard Daredevil's going to be there. I heard Sandman's back. I've seen uh, what's the girl name? Paige, Daredevil's partner. I see.
Oh, I,
Yeah, I seen Kirsten Dunst. I mean, Jamie Foxx. Like I saw a picture of him, but he kind of looked like the Destroyer, or kind of looked like Steppenwolf. He didn't look like Electro from the comics. So I don't know if that was a real picture or not. So I've seen so much stuff that it just makes me like don't want to get excited. I'm just waiting to see what's going on. I want to see more. The trailer gave me a lot. It took a leak to get it, but I'm gonna wait and see. Like, but the multiverse of madness, I guess, because of the possibilities, that's what got me so hyped for it.
I mean, it's. I feel like the trailer didn't give me a lot, and it still gave you a lot. It didn't give you too much to spoil the movie, and it did what it was supposed to do, make you want to see more. But I'm like you. I feel like this is just gonna be the tip of the iceberg, and Doctor Strange is gonna have to fix it all in his movie. I kind of don't think this is Doctor Strange that we're dealing with anyway. Hate to be like that guy.
So
The thing is, it's all the theories. I get all the theories. One, the storyline based off of One More Day and Mephisto, and I know we tired of hearing about Mephisto coming everywhere. Even though we keep talking about the devil so
yeah,
much in Marvel, in all aspects of Marvel, he's got to come up somewhere. But my main thing was, why did Doctor Strange wig look that fake? Like in all the movies, his hair never looked that bad. That's why I feel like that might have been a fake Doctor Strange, and that might have been the
it's
secret.
gotta be. The reason I say it's gotta be a fake Doctor Strange. One, uh, Mortar already warned him about temporal paradoxes and all this. Wong warned him in the trailer, and he just winks like, "Yeah, I'm not listening to them." He already knows what can happen. You just came back to life basically for being in the Soul Stone. Get snapped back, and the first thing you want to do is mess with the multiverse, where you told Iron Man that's what he's protecting. I don't think that's him. I think that's it's either a scroll that's pretending to be Doctor Strange. It's either Mephisto or some other sorcerer pretending to be in it. I don't think it's Loki, unless it's another variant of Loki that's pretending to be Doctor Strange. But that means Doctor Strange is missing, which that could,
Mm-hmm.
his movie opens up. Yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know. That gets me that gets the brain churning. But first thing I saw, I said he looks different. He looks weird, and that's what stood out to me.
Thank you. I thought I was the only one.
He just looked
But that
weird.
wig just looked way too fake.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he got say he get a haircut or whatever, but yeah, he just didn't look like Doctor Strange. And the fact that he didn't
Maybe
have,
it's Barry Mordo.
but why? Why would Mordo want to create this? His whole thing was the sorcerers had gotten out of hand, and he didn't want all this, people using dark power. He didn't want temporal paradoxes. He didn't want
That's true.
reality to fold. I think this is going to make Mordo really hate him even more if it is Doctor Strange. But
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
Doctor Strange, it's got to be because of Wanda. Because they had the whole thing where Doctor Strange is supposed to be a part of WandaVision, and warning her about not using the Darkhold. I wonder if this is part of that. But I don't think they're going to have Wanda in this or Scarlet Witch in this. I think it's going to be, if anything, they're going to either have a cameo from Venom, a cameo from Miles Morales, whether it's just a kid who's not Spider-Man yet, because I guess the idea is Miles, he will be introduced in the MCU, but he's going to belong to Sony, and Peter Parker can stay with MCU going forward, so they can get their Spider-Man, and MCU can keep this Spider-Man, and then when they want to cross over, you got the multiverse. Because Tom Holland said he'll play this character as long as they'll let him, but his contract's up after this movie, and he hasn't. They're waiting for.
He says that now.
Yeah, until he said waiting for the studios to renegotiate. So that'll be, man. This is why I know time travel doesn't exist, because I would have watched this movie already, and then I can come back. I'll be like, yeah, you were wrong, you were right. Oh, I can't tell you. Yeah, you just wait and see. But did you?
Or is it right? Or is time travel right? True, because how you know you'll come back to this just because you're going to travel? Maybe this line just stays unaffected because another line has been created.
That's true. Like you can never return back to your thing. But if somebody said that if time travel exists in the future, that means it always existed. So,
Mm-hmm.
or you can only go back to the time where time travel was created. So you need a launching point and like it's like Stargate. You need a gate open on both sides. So somebody has
Yeah.
now, and then go wait in real time to put that other technology there to go back to the time where it was created, to kind of leap back and forth, and you keep displacing it. But who knows? It could be just simple as bending space and time and pulling yourself back. But even that would be tough because one, the Earth is always moving, the sun is always moving,
Mm-hmm.
the solar system's moving, and the galaxy's rotating. So you not only have to go back in time to that particular time and space, land in that spot to where you don't exist to mess up anything, but you can be on the wrong side of the planet. Or,
Mm-hmm.
time travel is a little, I don't know, the more I think about it, the more,
It's
yeah.
it's trickier than way trickier than what people gonna think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'll let somebody smarter than me curate it and test it out. For real. Did you get to see the Internals trailer? The second release?
I did.
Way better than the first, in my
What you
opinion.
think? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now there was one line that made me think. Like there was like, who is it? Icarus or whatever his name. Who's gonna be the Black Knight? He's like, why didn't you show up during Thanos? He said we're only told to only do with deviants. Thanos has a deviant gene, but he's not a deviant. He's an Eternal. So
So they couldn't. Yeah.
it's kind of like they're prime directive. Like they can't interfere unless it's dealing with deviants, which makes me think of Ego, where he was laying these eggs in these planets. And this is how Eternals are born. You know, they go, they see life, and as the life comes up, they wait until it hatches, and they kind of judge the Earth or the planet. Hey, you did good, you did bad. If it does good, they let it live. If it's done bad, they destroy it, start over, and reseed life there. So, with all the energy being expelled from the initial snap and then the resnap, and then of course Thanos' snap to destroy the stones and all this other craziness, all the energy basically sped up that timeline, and it gives them 7 days, kind of like, you know, the 7 day creation theory with, or
Yeah.
with the same with the Eternals in the comics. So they got 7 days to either stop this thing from being, you know, hatched or born, or to fight it. So now they got to come back and, you know, reunite. Which I think there were two Eternals that became Avengers. I don't know if it was I know it was the Black Knight, and was it Cersei? Man, because there's been so many different Avenger lineup.
And I was about to get confused with the Inhumans. I know a couple of Inhumans.
Yeah, because I know, yeah, Humans, they have the original was gonna be a movie, and ended up having like a TV show that didn't last, but a season.
It was bad.
Yeah, I think because the initial
budget,
you know, that, and the person over in Marvel TVs at the time just had a different idea what Kevin Feige did, when he's like, you know what, this is separate. So the fact that they can potentially bring back some of these Netflix characters like a Daredevil, hopefully they bring back Punisher, which I don't know. Kingpin, he's supposed to be back, so it'll be cool. Now, if they don't bring, I mean, Elektra, I like that version of Elektra, but you know, she can come back. She always comes back. So
Cersei is the one that joined the Avengers.
Cersei, okay, yeah. See, I know some about the Eternals.
Gilgamesh has. Star Fox.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, those are the three that came up.
Okay, so I know they're building towards the next Avengers movie, so you know, it's a good time to bring them in, and now that can be their excuse of mutants. You know, other than bringing them from other universes and things like that, and you say, hey, we created mutants, you know, because they experiment with humans and other life forms throughout the universe, and for whatever reason, they're very fond of Earth. So, and see, the Eternals, they lived on Earth, and the humans lived on the moon. So, which, yeah,
they should have been having beef.
Yeah, maybe they could cross over and reboot that one, but you take somebody like
Moon. Let's go to the moon parties.
Yeah, well, Black Bolt, he was a part of what the Marvel's Illuminati was, like Black Panther, Professor X,
Professor X, Doctor Strange,
yeah,
Captain America, and Namor.
Yeah, so
and then Tony Stark. Yeah. Namor is the wild one though. You can't control that dude, man.
Just sit around Sue Storm, he'll calm down. Like everybody falls in love with Sue Storm, and then like the most like oddball couple, you get Mr. Fantastic, who doesn't even realize what he has, and she's so head over heels in love with him. And he, you know, everybody said, "Man, you're so Doctor Doom." You've got Silver Surfer for a moment had a crush on her until he started crushing on Ben Grimm's girl. Then
and she crushed on T'Challa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When he was in the Fast.
You see that issue?
Yeah. But I mean, come on, he's a king, and he got game. So. She
was in the water looking at him thirsty.
Speaking of T'Challa, you see where Letitia Wright, she got injured filming. They said it was a minor injury, but they did hospital.
But they didn't.
Yeah, so she got injured filming a stunt. So, but it said she was, it was a minor injury, but they just took her for extra precaution. I guess because of the Screen Actors Guild requires it. But that's a good thing that she's okay. But man, it makes you think like she's got to be taking that mantle if she's doing stunts. Because I can't,
To get injured.
Yeah. So
maybe, but they also say Ironheart is going to debut in this movie too.
That'd be nice. She can either be one of these kids from Oakland, or she could actually go to Wakanda as like some kind of trip and get some Wakandan technology. And who knows? Maybe she gets the idea, hey, I can build my own Iron Man suit, as maybe Iron Man's her big hero, and get some technology from Shuri to make her own AI, which could be a Robbie Downey Jr. like voice if he can't get him back. Get the same guy that did the animation and just do the voice.
That would be dope, which I hope they do.
Yeah. Or you can do like a multiverse.
But then again, you're not letting Tony Stark go, and he's dominated Marvel.
True. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think. You kind of do. If you kill the character off, you kind of do gotta let him go. It's almost like the whole Spider-Man and Uncle Ben. I'm kind of happy they haven't had Uncle Ben yet, but now only person I want to be Uncle Ben is Tobey Maguire. So when he sees him, he sees Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. He sees Uncle Ben. I'll just think that'll be awesome. Like, and kind of like the Flash, like the TV show where Jay Garrick looked like Henry Allen, and when Barry saw him for the first time, he's like, "Oh man, you look just like my dad," but it's not. He knows it's a different person, and they say it's just hard to look at you.
Yeah.
And they did it with the Speed Force too, where the Speed Force looks like his mom, which kind of got silly. But all right, man.
I heard the Flash show is going off the rails right now.
Yeah, I blame this year mainly on the shooting schedule with the global pandemic. It was not my favorite season. But then again, Legends of Tomorrow has still been pretty consistent. I haven't Man of Lois, that was really good. Because
so is it the writing, or
it's got to be? It's got to be the writing. I don't know, but they're going. I know next season they've already announced that they're going to have like five like part crossover with Black Lightning, Supergirl, a bunch of other characters. Just kick off the season versus waiting until like around Christmas, Thanksgiving, like they've been doing. They're going to kick off the season with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it's trying to bring like those fans that felt like, hey, this is our bad, so we're gonna try to bring you back. All right, man. So
maybe
predictions for next week. What episode do you think is coming up?
Probably the Marvel Zombies.
I can see that. I'm excited about that one too. Just because I had this friend, he would always like tell me, "Oh, you got to read Marvel Zombies, Marvel Zombies." And he's passed on, but man, I was like, man, now it makes me think about him. Like, man, if he get to see this now, that'll be dope. But so it'll be cool. And that is that one, or it's got to be the Iron Man, going back to Iron Man 1 with the Killmonger. But I still don't even know the whole lineup for all the episodes.
Are they going?
We only got 3.
Are they going in timeline order?
I don't know. That's what it looks like it is, but then again, this kind of took place around Iron Man 2, which the other one would have took place in Iron Man 1. So I don't know. Maybe they're going universe order.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like whatever universe the Watcher's currently, keeping track on. Which the rumors is the Watcher.
I got you.
They said the Watcher, he will be in live action. So that makes me think that we're getting Galactus. I don't know when. But if Jeffrey Wright is going to play a live-action version of The Watcher, that just makes me think of him warning the people who was in live that Galactus is coming. So Fingers crossed for.
I mean, we saw the Watchers in Guardians of the Galaxy too. Remember?
Yeah, but we didn't see Uatu, the one that he's playing. That's
Yeah, that's true.
Silver Surfer or Norrin Rad. So I don't know. It's Marvel they got so much IP that they can just go on and on forever. And I know they said that season 2 of What If will be directly tied into Phase 4. So, and they said season 2 may come out as early as next year. So they're already working on it. So, hey, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Have they released a date for Hawkeye yet? Is it still?
I'm not sure.
Is it still winter 2021?
I think. Let's find out.
Because I know you got Hawkeye. I know I looked at it before, but a lot of it just said TBA. It's the Hawkeye, the Miss Marvel, and then
November 24th, 2021.
Okay, because this ends in October. So I was trying to think what would be in between. So they'll probably just have a big gap because you got Internals November.
It's Hawkeye.
So Hawkeye's got to be next. Okay, so there'll be a little gap. Hey, that's all good though. We got Doom Patrol. I started going back to season 2, get prepared for season 3. Titans.
Okay.
So there's some good DC stuff coming out too. So
a lot of content.
A lot of content. So if you're a fan of this world, hey, you have no reason to be bored, man. There's some good stuff out there, and you can't like it all. But I tell you, there's some Stargirl. I didn't think I would like it, but going on me.
You like it?
Yeah. Harley Quinn animated series. Love it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So
that joint's hilarious.
It doesn't need to be a live action, so hey, I'll take it. Young Justice. Hey. No, that's the show with the Justice League Unlimited like at heart. Like that, it takes that seriousness, those tones, those storylines that. So Young Justice is, if you're a fan of those, Young Justice is a show for you. All right, man. So anything you want to plug on the way out?
I'm gonna say check me out on Villains and Vinyl, as we always say, the podcast. Check out if you guys are reading, like I told y'all last week. Check out Batman '89. Radiant Black is a dope series that I'm reading right now. Also, what's it? Firepower. Where's my? I always forget the title of it as I'm reading it. But it's a Roger Kirkman story. It's pretty dope. So
okay, all right, that's cool. I've been trying to get a hold of some more the Renee Montoya question comics. I haven't been like I noticed she's now taking over the mantle of the question, so I've been kind of reading, trying to catch up on that, figure out what's going on, because I did like the question when he was in Justice League Unlimited, and then that kind of brought me into this Charlton /DC version.
Comics.
Yeah. Same with like Booster Gold. Like, man, I don't know why like they got so much. If I can get Booster Gold and a Blue Beetle together, hey, I'll be happy. But you can check me out, Earth2 Review, Twitter, YouTube. Also, my other handle, Peanut Hill, on Twitter. Mr. Hill NC on Instagram. I got any questions, you can email us at popculturepeons@gmail.com. We're willing to take any questions you got, any ideas that you want to talk, anything you want us to go over in the show, any retro topics, shows, particular episodes, say that you want to just hear our thoughts on. Hey, shoot us a question, and we'll get back to you. So, hey, until next time. Hey, stay true, stay nerdy.
Y'all keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it moist.
Moist. All right, man. Catch you next time, man.
All right, Peanut.
All right, man.
Peace.
Later.